Why don't you save the world? That's a good question, and how you can be part of a movement that does. So, welcome to another day of keeping the conversation alive. Hope you're well. So, this question about saving the world, it's quite a big one, isn't it? It's a good one. Why don't you save the world? How can you do? What can you do? You tiny little dot, speck, grain of sand in the world. Yet you can. So, what is stopping you saving the world? And perhaps the biggest hindrance is our own lack of self worth. This question of like, who am I to save the world? What can I do? Who? It's just too overwhelming almost. The scale of it. But we might think it's too tough or intimidating to do the thing that the uh, research and everything is pointing towards us doing as consumers, as people, as individuals that can actually have a massive effect on changing the world. And maybe you know the answer to this and what this is if you watch Seaspiracy, Cowspiracy. The whole sustainability argument is that we desist. Is that the right word? Stop consuming products from the fish from the sea. We stop consuming animal products. So we go vegan, basically, plant-based diet, because it's sustainable. It's the only diet going forward with the population growth. There's tons of information about this. Go and look at the documentaries. We've got them in the group list of documentaries. I've got a webinar about it, just half an hour, just kind of outlining this stuff. That everything is pointing towards sustainability. You might have seen I did highlighted the David Attenborough program that's kind of bringing all this together. The Earth is close to collapse in terms of the systems. And they map it out to 9 different systems, and we're critical at quite a few of them, in most of them. And we can't measure 2 of them currently. So it's in that again. He was saying, plant-based. It's the only sustainable way forward. So the steps that we can take are to go vegan, but some of us might think maybe it's you. Maybe if you are vegan, awesome. Let me know on the vegan calculator how many rainforests you've saved and stuff like that, because you can calculate this stuff, and I think it's really interesting to calculate, and it connects with what you're doing. But if you're thinking, oh God, I couldn't do that. I couldn't give up my milk. I couldn't give up my cheese. I couldn't give up my burgers. I couldn't give up whatever it is. That's a thought. That's a process. It's all in your mind. But also, there's beyond that. Once you get into this, once you start looking at it, it's like, oh, just a minute. Leather. Oh crap. What leather? You can't wear leather. Oh crap. But I've got leather car. I've got leather belt. I've got leather shoes. I've got, oh my God, my leather jacket. I've got, or wool. Wool? You can't wear wool? Where are you with honey? What? I love honey. What? So many levels to this. And this is what you discover. And what I want to do is make this journey easier, the transition, the information. There's tons of information out there. It doesn't need to be overwhelming. But the biggest hindrance can be up here in your mind. What you need to be able to do is open your mind, but not sabotage yourself in terms of actions. So there's tons of information, and then what I want to provide is information about what might be stopping you and hindering you in terms of just making this simple transition to save the world. What could be easier? So except the stuff stopping us. So there's things to find out about leather and wool. And don't worry, because it's not like you have to give it up or anything like that. You've got 5 options, and I think Ed, if you've come across him, has done an awesome video on that. Basically outlining 5 different options. Keep it, wear it until it's run out, rather than put it in waste and unnecessarily. Anyway, there's lots of different options, and people do lots of different things. You have to find your journey through this. You can find out, in fact, I think it's in our group. If not, I'll put it in there soon. As about farmed honey, about what they do to the bees actually, and why it isn't good for the bees. So that's why many vegans avoid honey. And there's a lovely alternative, agave nectar, which is a plant-based nectar. So that's awesome. That's a honey substitute. So it's your journey. There's so many resources available for you to find out, to support you, to in terms of food. I've said about the shelves are filling up every day, every week, maybe exaggeration. Every week there's something new on the supermarket shelves. They're finding new recipes, new ways to present things, new, processed food, which isn't great. You don't want to go down the processed route too much, but maybe it's a great transition for you, really easy transition to be able to supplement something for something else, or substitute something for something else. But you need to find your way. So what I want to do is be able to be a point where you can ask questions if you need to. I don't mean to patronize, like I'm a center of a font of all knowledge. I'm not. But what I'm trying to do is build up a library and a resource that if you're thinking about this, then find out all the stuff. And there's tons of information. I want to link some stuff in our group, but also be aware that there's this thing stopping you if you have low self-esteem, which is your low self-esteem. But most people don't understand that, So my invitation to you, where am I? Oh, a quick one, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. My invitation to you is join the group, have a look around, look at the. They don't call it. What do they call it? Is it in the groups? No, something like that. But where on the right hand side, left hand side, it used to call it units. That's what I'm thinking. And do they call it groups now? No. So they call it guides. Da-da! So in the guides section, you'll see that kind of we populate that and we change it a lot and add stuff a lot. As we find more, so it's like, oh, that's really useful. But come and ask us questions, and in private if you prefer, because sometimes it's a bit like overwhelming. It's a bit like, I don't want to ask a silly question. I don't want to appear stupid in front of all these people. God, let go of that. And that's what you need to let go of, because that's the thing that's going to hold you back, that fear of what others will think, what others will say. So ask us questions in private. And I say us because it's me, but it's also Emma. Emma looks after a lot of, and she works on the program as well. So you could approach Emma and ask Emma any questions. She's actually vegan as well. She's made huge transitions from highly anxious to not, to growing her self-esteem. So she's been on the journey, but also looks after and manages the group a lot. So you can ask her questions. So there's no such thing as a stupid question, but even saying that feels a bit stupid, because it's more than that. It's if you're consumed by your self-esteem or low self-worth and you don't want to appear, if it's too much in your head, then just approach us one-to-one. All right, just ask us the questions, because we won't think anything of you. We won't judge you, and that's a nice place to be. So it's about making sure you're comfortable to get your questions answered, comfortable to ask any questions, comfortable to be able to help navigate your journey forward, whatever your journey is. So come and ask questions, come and take the test if you haven't taken this test, or I should always end on this one. Take the test if you haven't taken the test, to find out whether you have this low self-worth, this hindrance in here, and that would be a score of sort of 18 to 15 is there pretty much, but 15 and lower is there. So if you have it, and most people don't realize they have it because it's hidden, it's not in their view, it's not in the peripheral view even, it's a hidden subconscious thing, then come and find out whether you suffer from this. Comment, join in, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one, and maybe even contact me, contacting us, me, in the group. Many thanks. Speak to you soon. All right, bye-bye.